Have you ever noticed someone who never posts their photos online? No selfies, no daily updates, no look at me moments. While everyone else is sharing their life with the world, they stay silent. And strangely, that silence feels powerful because psychology says people who rarely post themselves on social media often think very differently from everyone else. And the reason behind it is deeper than you think. Most people believe posting online equals confidence, but in reality, some of the most emotionally secure people feel no need to constantly prove their existence to others. They don't need validation every few hours, they don't need likes to feel valuable, and they don't measure their worth through attention. While many people post to be seen, these people are comfortable being unseen. That's rare in today's world. Because social media quietly trains people to seek approval, every notification, every like, every comment gives the brain a small dopamine hit. And over time, people become addicted to being noticed. But people who don't constantly post photos often escape that cycle. They don't feel the urge to document every moment. They prefer experiencing life instead of performing it. And psychologically, that says a lot. Another reason some people avoid posting themselves is because they value privacy more deeply than others. They understand something many people forget. Not everything meaningful needs to be public. Some memories feel better when they belong only to you. Some emotions lose their meaning once they become content. And some people simply don't want strangers watching their personal life like entertainment. In psychology, this is often connected to strong internal boundaries. These people protect their energy carefully. They choose who gets access to their life, and they don't feel obligated to explain themselves to the internet. That doesn't mean they hate people. It means they understand the difference between connection and exposure. But here's where it gets interesting. Some people don't post photos because they've become emotionally exhausted. Over time, they stop caring about attention, they stop chasing reactions, they stop trying to impress people, and after seeing how fake social media can become, they slowly disconnect from it emotionally. Because behind many perfect photos, there are insecure people searching for approval. Behind many happy posts, there are lonely people hiding pain. And some people eventually realize that online attention is temporary, it fades fast. So instead of investing energy into appearances, they invest it into real life, real friendships, real goals, real peace. Psychologists also say introverted people are more likely to avoid posting themselves frequently, not because they are weak or shy, but because introverts often process life internally. They don't feel the same need to externalize every thought or experience. For them, silence feels natural, alone time feels energizing, and privacy feels safe. While extroverts may gain energy from attention and interaction, introverts often recharge away from noise. That's why some people can disappear from social media for weeks and feel completely fine. Meanwhile, others panic after a few hours without attention. But there's another side to this. Sometimes, people avoid posting photos because they struggle with self-esteem. They compare themselves constantly. They overthink how they look. They fear judgment. And eventually, they decide it's easier to stay invisible. This is especially common in a generation raised around filters, edited bodies, and unrealistic beauty standards. People begin believing they must look perfect to deserve being seen, and that pressure silently destroys confidence. So yes, sometimes silence online can reflect insecurity too. But that's why psychology is complex, because the same behavior can come from completely different emotions. One person avoids posting because they are confident enough not to care. Another avoids posting because they are afraid of being judged. From the outside, they look identical, but internally, their minds are completely different. And honestly, the people who truly understand themselves often stop needing constant visibility. They realize peace is more valuable than attention. They stop turning every moment into content. They stop chasing approval from strangers, and they become more selective about what they share. Because real confidence is quiet. It doesn't beg to be noticed. And in a world where everyone is trying to be seen, The people who remain private often become the most interesting of all. So, next time you meet someone who rarely posts photos online, don't assume they're boring, don't assume they're lonely, and don't assume something is wrong with them. Sometimes they've simply learned that their life doesn't need an audience to have meaning.